Hey everybody, welcome to the 2016 Backyard Games, Green Mountain CrossFit. We are excited to be putting this on again this year, and we're looking forward to a great event. So I'm going to run through some of the movement standards and workout logistics for the 3 events of the day, or 3 workouts. The second one is scored as 2 separate scores combined into the same event. So you've got 3 workouts to do, and I'm going to make an attempt at keeping this video to a watchably short time span. So I'm going to dive right in. The workouts themselves have already been posted on the Facebook page, so if you've got questions about the exact weights or equipment specifications, you can go find that stuff there. I'm not going to dive into it because it differs by category. The movements, however, I am going to talk through and explain. So, event number 1, Clover. This is done, if you've been here before, in our fit park outside. So there's a number of different sort of trail loopy-doos and things out there that you'll be using. Those will all be clearly marked. So it will not be possible for you to, I won't say that. It will be very unlikely that you will get lost on the trail, and we will have a couple of volunteers out there to help make sure that you're on the right path. But all of those paths, as far as the 200-meter run, the 150-meter run, the 100-meter run, those will all be very clearly marked, so you don't need to worry too much about the path that you will be running out there. But it is a trail run. It is not on the pavement, so it will either be dirt or grass that you are running on. I guess I should apologize for the rainbow of colors up here. It turns out that whiteboard markers were not my friend today, so I just kept going with colors that worked. Starting off, 10 by 10 meter shuttle run. This is 100 meters worth of a shuttle run. This is back and forth between 2 objects. So you're not going to have lines on the ground. We don't need you to touch the ground on either side of a line, but you are going to need to touch your kettlebell on one end of the shuttle, and that's going to be the same kettlebell that you use for the Russian swings. And on the other end of the shuttle run will be your box. So the box that you are going to be burpee box jumping over. Those 2 objects will be positioned equidistant for everybody. You need to touch the object on each end as you run. The judge will call you back to the end or the object that you did not touch if you missed the contact. So please be sure that contact is clearly visible for you and, most importantly, your judge, right? So we're touching with the hands. We don't need to worry about where the feet are necessarily. If you can reach the object, you're good to go. Turn around, head back the other way. 10 reps there, 10 by 10 meters. Once you're done with that, you're going to have a mat with a kettlebell on it. You're going to do 40 Russian kettlebell swings. The Russian kettlebell swing is finished when the entire kettlebell clears the plane of the shoulder. So if you have a floppy kettlebell that's hanging down here, don't be that person. You're going to have to lift even higher than you otherwise would. So kettlebell from the backswing, drive with the hips, lift up. We're not worried about straight elbows necessarily, so if you have a little bend in the elbow, that's fine, but the entire kettlebell needs to clear the plane of the shoulder. So if your judge is looking at you from the other side, they should be able to see your shoulders underneath the kettlebell. All right? Pretty straightforward stuff. You have 40 reps to do. Again, differing weights for different categories depending on male, female, intermediate, RX, all that fun stuff. 200-meter trail run. This is going to be a loopy-doo out in the fit park. Again, clearly marked, so you don't need to worry too much about it. Come back into the workout area. You've got 30 toes to bar or knee-ups, depending on your division. Toes to bar. Just like we're normally used to, the toes need to be back behind the bar or behind the plane of the bar at the bottom with fully extended arms. And then both feet touch the bar at the top of the rep at the same time. Any part of the foot can touch. Could be the top of the foot, could be the toes, could be the bottom of the foot, could be the heels. All parts of the foot are good as long as both feet contact the bar at the same time. If you are doing knee-ups, you are hanging from the bar. Similar standards apply. Feet behind the plane of the bar at the bottom of the rep with arms locked out and straight. Knees past the plane of the hip on the way up. So the knee needs to break the plane of the hip at the top of the knee up. 30 reps there. 150-meter trail run. This will be a second loopy-doo out in the Fit Park. You will see it clearly marked. And then we've got 20 burpees over the box. This starts with the burpee. So your chest touches the ground at the bottom of every burpee. Hop up, step up, however you want to get up. It is a 2-footed jump onto or over the box. If you do not jump with 2 feet, if you jump with 1 foot and then the other, the judge will call you back to that same side of the box and you will redo the jump only. You do not have to redo the burpee. So just redo the jump. You may jump onto the box and over the box. You may jump completely over the box. There is no requirement as to whether or not you touch the box. So anyhow you want to get over the box, as long as it's a 2-footed jump. It does not have to be a 2-footed landing. So once you get to the other side of the box, you can step down if you prefer and head into the next burpee. You may not straddle the box. Your legs may not go around the box, but you do have to go over. 100-meter obstacle run. This is going to be a final loopy-doo in the Fit Park, again clearly marked, and there will be obstacles. I am not at liberty to tell you what those are just yet, but rest assured they will be in your way, and you will have to deal with them. So, 100-meter obstacle run, and then finally 10 Atlas ground to shoulder. Movement standards here: the stone starts on the ground and it finishes on the shoulder with you fully extended, so knees and hips locked out. The stone is on top of the shoulder. We are requiring that you drop the stone back in front of you to minimize wandering stones in the stone pit as we are working with a bunch of different people in different lanes. So, stone to shoulder, drop the stone in front of you. It's going to keep it a little bit more controlled. We're not requiring any pause or long control at the top of the movement, but we are requiring full lockout, full extension at the top, and then drop the stone back in front. That means if you drop the stone behind you on purpose or on accident, that's a no rep. You've got to redo it. Other than that, I think most of this stuff is pretty straightforward. We will go over this briefly at the athlete meeting during the event, but this hopefully gives you some clarification on things that you will, questions that you will have leading up to this. There will be a method, either a stump or a box or a cleat of some sort to get you up to the bar for your toes to bar or knee ups. So for shorter athletes, you don't need to worry about how you're going to get to the bar. For taller athletes, we do have some lower and higher bars out there, so we will make sure that you have a station that works for you. Other than that, I'm sure you guys have some more crazy CrossFit questions, but we'll cover those at the athlete meeting. All right, that's 8 minutes of me yapping, and that's event number 1. Come back for events 2 and 3, and we will get all this stuff covered. All right, we'll see you on the 4th.